Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, yet again to another video. This video is going to be very different compared to anything I've ever created, even though I've recorded trucks, I've recorded fishing, I've recorded just about anything. And I'm going to record my buddy soon, actually, at one of his, what are they called, bro?
The vintage event, like a little pop-up.
Oh, like a little pop-up vintage event. So it's gonna be really cool. I'll probably post that video on my Instagram as well. Overall, it's gonna be super cool. It's just a bunch of different content, just creating different things, and just kind of like testing new waters, because sometimes the old waters get too old. Today's video, we're actually gonna talk about how I created the Beaver Tee, how I came up with the name, how I came up with the logo, the design, and everything. And I had to write some things down right here, just some pointers, so that way I don't get off topic, because me and my ADHD and the Red Bull that I'm drinking currently will do that. So I just want to stay on topic as close as I can. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop comments down below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. If I feel like I don't want to answer it, then I'll just give you a like or like a little heart on the comment. But other than that, let's get right into today, people. I do have one more video from Yuma talking about this new boat that I bought, but that's after this one. So let's just start. Okay, so I haven't told anybody this story, only a handful of people know it. People that, you know, grew up with me and kind of like, grew up with me. People that grew up with me, and then people that I felt like telling the story to. Because a lot of people have asked me, and you know, I always shy away from it, and there's a specific reason why. And I want to get into that, but I gotta say all this stuff first. And then as far as my mom, I know you're probably gonna cry watching this video, and I'm really sorry, but this was the old me, and I've come a long way, and I just want to say that I love you, and everything's good. Everything's going good. Sorry if I look like I'm sweating too. I got like some lights on me, and they're a little bit warm. But other than that, let's get right into the story, people. So as a kid, I was born in Phoenix. Moved to Yuma, grew up there, and then my dad, I don't know how he got into fishing. That's a good question, I need to ask him that. But we went out one day, and then we accidentally caught a bass, and we didn't know what it was. And then we started getting more into it, and then fishing just became a normal thing every weekend. We would go out, we'd catch a fish, we'd do it again and again and again, just every single weekend, until next thing you know, I was in high school, and I was still fishing. But at the time, in high school, fishing wasn't cool. Fishing was like a low-key part of my life, and if I told anybody, kids would make fun of me. So I was like, I'm not gonna tell anyone. Until my senior year. So my senior year in high school, which was 2015, that's when I met Mike. I met Mike in 2015, and if you don't know Mike, he's Mikey Wizard. He produces like 95% of the music for my videos, and he's my best friend. And so that's how I met Mike, or that's when I met Mike. And then from there, you know, I always told him like, oh, I like fishing, this and that. And then at the time, during 2014 to 15, I believe, is when, you know, the Guggen Squad, John B, more specifically, he was making videos, and I was a fan. I was always watching him. I was like, oh, this is cool. Even though at the time he was trash at making videos compared to him now. And it always inspired me. But during that time, I was going through this breakup with this one girl, and then I started doing drugs, pretty much. And that's it. That's so weird to say on camera, and I know, like, you know, future bosses can see this video or whatever, but honestly, I don't care. I'm an open book, and I'm really down to share my story with you guys. You guys can probably hear like the nervousness in my voice, because it's weird, you know, it's weird to open up about it to everybody now. And so, but I feel like it's an inspiration, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell it, you know, because it's pretty cool. So I got, you know, to me, marijuana is not a drug, but then when I mean drugs I got into pills. So I started taking Xanax, hydrocodone, oxycodone, just, you know, anything that I can get my hands onto. And at first, you know, I was like, oh, you know, like, this is fine, just one. And then next thing you know, oh, just two, and then three, and then five. And then next thing you know, you're just buying handfuls at a time. And it was real. Like, I didn't realize, you know, I was addicted until my family started noticing like a change in me. And at that time, I was like, I didn't care at all. I was just like, whatever, this and that. And so then one day, we're watching this movie, me, my mom, my dad, and my sister inside our living room. We were having like this little family night, and we were watching this movie, and the movie was called The Beaver. If you haven't seen the movie, it's the one with Mel Gibson in it, and it's a really weird movie, but he has this puppet, and it's called the Beaver. The quick rundown of the movie, the Beaver is a puppet on his hand who's like what's like that word, bro? The Beaver would be like, oh, you got to do this, this, and that. And then he's like, no, nobody. Yeah, maybe like alter ego would be a good word.
Conscious days, inner conscious fucking talking to him, bro.
Huh, all right, so imagine the Beaver on his hand, and it talks to him, and Mel Gibson did what the Beaver said to do. Like, he would give him advice, so they're pretty much best friends. And then one day Mel Gibson gets tired and he wants the Beaver gone, but in order to get rid of him, he doesn't just pull him off, he cuts his whole arm off. Sorry, I just ruined the movie for you guys, but you guys should watch it. It's gnarly. And so ever since that day, me and my sister and my family, we'd always say the Beaver, all funny. And so it was like a joke between all of us. And even till this day, it's pretty funny. And so that's where the name was in my head. That's where it got into my head originally. And then one day I was, this was like a couple weeks later, I'm with my friend, I don't want to say no names, but I was with my homie, and we were inside his house, and I had this sketchbook, this exact sketchbook right here, and I just started drawing. I was like drawing one day, because in my mind I was like, yo, I want to make a YouTube channel because I seen John D's videos and I kind of want to do it. I want to do it too, I want to try it. But I don't know how. I don't know how to come up with the name. I don't know what to do. So I was kind of lost, And then plus, being on drugs didn't help either. I was sitting there and we had just bought a bunch of pills, and that sounds so weird to say, bro. Like, just openly like that. We bought a bunch of pills, and I'm sitting there and I'm drawing, and then this is how I got this image right here. And then I drew the little beaver down there, and that was the first beaver that I drew. And then once I drew that, I was like, you know what? That's gonna be the name of my YouTube channel. Like, that's what I'm gonna call it. This is gonna be the brand. He's chewing on a piece of wood, and that would symbolize me, just sitting there, just kicking it pretty much. So then because I was looking for a name, but I didn't want my YouTube channel to be like a basic YouTube name. I didn't want to be called like Bass in this or Desert Bass, and no offense to anybody that has a name, CJ, I love you, but just the AZ Angler or whatever, this and it was all, it would get lost, like it wouldn't stand out. So then I was like, you know what, the Beaver's dope, I'm gonna stick with it. And at first it was a joke. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, like pretty much fuck it, that's what I said. And so I drew it when I was, off whatever I was. I took that picture, and then I kept drawing, and I want to show you guys like what else the drawing had in it. So this is the exact beaver right here. I don't think you guys can see it that well, but on 2/6/2016 is when I drew this. And I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's what I drew. And then after that, that's when I kind of got into, okay, like now I need to record, and now I just gotta make some fishing videos. So then one day I'm sitting there at my house. I think this was like a couple days later. I was sitting there at my house, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make a video. And the very first video that I ever created on my YouTube channel, if you guys go down and watch it, that's the first one I ever did. I made it, I edited it, and then I posted it, and then I called Mike. I called him like instantly right after I dropped it, and I was like, bro, yo, I just made a dope ass video. I'm gonna make a fishing YouTube channel, dude, like it's going down. And so he was like, all right, like that's down. And so he was the first person I called, and then right after that, I went to not right after that. The next day, I went out fishing, and then that's how I got the second video on my YouTube channel. They're both trash. Do not go watch them. They're terrible. But if you really do, just know that I was in a dark place in my life. That's not me anymore. But I'll get into that. So I would say for like the next 2.5 to almost 3 years, 15, 16, and then 17. So 15, 16, and 17 is when I was like, I would say addicted to pills, and it was really hard to kick. Like I try to quit, and anybody that's going through this now, like I understand what you're going through. Like it's not easy. People just say, oh, you could just stop this and that. No, when you stop doing pills, you feel like killing yourself. Like that's literally how it feels, and you need it, and you can't live until you have that next high. And it's terrible. It really is. I lived that like every single day, and it was like, oh man, I'm only down to 2 left, and then you'd go get more, and then it'd just be an endless cycle of bad. And a lot of it, you know, had to do with people who you hang around too. But I feel like without hanging around those people, that I can never become who I am today. And I have no regrets of what I done or what I was getting into, because it was all a good time, you know. And luckily nothing bad ever happened. But eventually, you know, a lot of us kind of branched out, kind of started doing our own thing. And I'm really happy for everybody now. And I look back and I'm like, well, like, that's crazy that we did that. Like, we probably should have died a couple times, but we didn't. We're still here. God has a bigger purpose for us, and I'm still sitting here. So, and I'm telling my story to you guys, because for those of you that are going through it, like, I understand it. Maybe my advice is maybe reach out to a close friend, or if they don't want to help, you know, you don't have to cut them off. You could just, you know, ask help from somebody else. But we're all going through our own shit pretty much, and I went through mine, and that's how I created the beaver, and that's how the name became. And then I drew that, and then from there I've just been kind of upgrading it. And now, you know, now I have hats like this and shirts and stuff with this logo, and I think it's pretty cool. But that's really it, you know. Like, I told Mike a long time ago, I was like, yo, I want to share the story, but many years from now. And so that's now, you know. And you guys could judge me for whatever I've done, or this is not, oh, he's an addict or whatever. But to be honest, the way I stopped was I just went cold turkey, and it was the hardest thing to do. I was like, you know what? A lot more things happened in my life that I don't want to get into, that, you know, took place over the course of time, to where I was like, you know what? I need to stop this. And so I just went cold turkey. Kind of stopped hanging out with some people, and then after that, or we just kind of grew apart. And then after that, you know, life was good. I ended up finding my way back kind of to God, because I believe in God, and I believe that's real. So, you know, you can have your own beliefs, and I don't judge you or anything, because everybody's different. Everybody has their own story, and everyone has their own beliefs too, and I respect it all 100%. With that being said, I kind of found my way back to God, and then, because I was on a dark path, I was on a super dark path, going dark places, and I kind of, you know, drifted back into the light. And then from there, I kind of been in and out up until this point in life now. So it's just a bunch of trials and tribulations, and just a huge, big learning experience, like, all the way throughout. But I just wanted to share with you guys how I got the name, how it became, because I feel like it's kind of unique, you know, compared to other people just picking a YouTube name and that's it. Like, I created a channel solely to create and share what I love to do. But I've talked to so many people, I've met so many people, and that's honestly really all you have to do. In my fishing song, when I say at the end, the last verse, if you haven't heard the song, you should go listen to it. I'll put a link down below. I say, if you really want to do it, then go and get a line wet. What I mean by that is not, if you really want to go catch fish, go get a line wet, yes, but if you really want to do anything in life, you just got to go out and do it. And no one's gonna hold your hand or walk you through the alley that you're trying to get through, because it's not, in a perfect world, that's what it would be, but in reality, that's not what it is. Just follow your heart, seriously. Like, follow your dream, follow your heart. If you want to make a YouTube channel, freaking do it. A lot of people ask me why I did, and I always told them because I want to. And that's honestly the best answer you could give them. And you just walk away and you continue doing what you're doing, and then later on they're just like, whoa, dude, like, I see your videos, this and that, so it's cool. But yeah, like, I feel like did I cover everything? You guys feel like I covered a lot? Yeah?
Yeah, I think
Was
so.
that a good, like, solid? Cool, because I'm losing my train of thought. Along with, you know, the name, the Beaver T, that little beaver represents me, who I was, and how far I've come. So from the first picture that I drew to the one that I've drawn now to the one that I'm gonna draw later, I feel like that little thing represents me, you know, just growing throughout life and kind of learning and then sharing it with you guys. And I don't always share all my experiences, because sometimes I like to go out and fish and just have a good time without the cameras, and I think that's cool. And yeah, I would like to capture those moments on video, but for the most part, you know, they're in my head, and they're just memories that, you know, I could have for a lifetime, just recorded in my head, not on an SD card that someone can just pull up and watch, you know. But then there's other moments, like with my dad, like when I'm fishing, like at one point in our lives, one of us is gonna put each other in the dirt, but to know that these memories that I've recorded with him will, you know, last forever, as long as YouTube and the internet stays alive, which I don't ever see it dying. those memories will be up there. That's pretty much what the Beaver T means. The T is my name too. My name's Tristan, for a lot of you that don't know. That's what the little T at the end stands for. So the Beaver T, so Mimi. That's what the name and everything kind of represents. And I've taken so long to share this story with everybody, and a lot of people have asked me throughout the years, and I just didn't want to. Like, I wasn't ready at all, to be honest. But I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I could share my story with you guys, and that you guys can, you know, get a kind of like a maybe closer connection with me. Maybe some of you guys are going through it right now and you needed this video, or maybe not. Maybe you guys are like, whoa, like I never expected that. And you know, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, boys and girls. If you have any questions, like I said, drop a comment below, because if I keep talking, I'm just gonna get deeper and deeper into this. So I'm gonna end this video here. I really appreciate all of you guys that watched this whole length of the video. And you know, I really pray for each and every single one of you. And I love every single one of you as well for supporting me throughout this long journey in my life, from starting being like a little crackhead to just being better now, you know, like doing better, meeting new people, and just kind of trying to live life, trying to live my dream. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, everybody. The next video will contain some fishing, hopefully some big fish catches. And other than that, peace out. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and I will catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, homies.